Hey guys, what's up? It's Apple Critics from AppleCritics.com. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Apple HomePod and the reason why the HomePod failed. So if you didn't already know, the Apple HomePod was Apple's entry into the smart speaker market, which was already crowded out with the likes of Amazon and Google. Amazon had the Amazon Echo and Google had the Google Home, and they were some very successful devices. So with those successful smart speakers already out in the ring, Apple thought they could bite into that market share, and they were not able to do that. So they weren't able to make a huge dent in the smart speaker market like they did with the AirPods. So they really thought they had a chance. Apple thought they could take on the smart speaker market, but do it with a twist. And that twist was heavily focusing on the sound and overall speaker quality over the voice assistant. So that was what they did instead of focusing on the voice recognition and voice assistant like Amazon and Google have. So Apple thought that would create issues for the competition of the Amazon Echo and Google Home, but they were only able to capture 6% of the smart speaker market by the end of 2018. And not only that, but they had to cut the price by $100 because it originally retailed for $400, but now it's $100 less. Now, this wasn't Apple's actual first attempt at a speaker system because about 10 to 15 years ago, they had the iPod Hi-Fi, which was a very great speaker that focused on speaker quality and was overpriced as well at around the same $400 to $350 price point. And they really thought Apple could win over the customer just by focusing completely on the speaker sound rather than other features. So that was one of the things that they focused on. Now, in terms of the Amazon Echo and the Google Home, they don't have the best-in-class sound, but their voice assistant and overall features and value that you get in a much cheaper device is why they win, and that's why they're selling so much. So both the iPod Hi-Fi and the HomePod had to take a price cut compared to its competitors. Now, once again, the competitors are actually at $100, and now the HomePod is having the same issues as the iPod Hi-Fi. So history is actually repeating itself. So Apple was trying to value this at roughly 3.5 times the value of the other speakers that are on the market, but nobody fell into love with the HomePod as much as they thought they would. So Apple actually ended up discontinuing the iPod Hi-Fi back in the day due to the lack of sales, and they weren't able to convince customers that $350 was worth it. Now, in terms of orders for the HomePod, Apple originally had an order of 500,000 for the HomePod, but they cut it down to 200,000 orders due to an overall lack of demand. Now, they also didn't only cut the orders, but they had to cut the price, so it actually went from $350 to $300, and that still was not enough to raise the sales. So the main features of the Apple HomePod is the Siri, the adaptive sound, the stereo support, the AirPlay, the native Apple Music support, the microphone array, and compact design. So taking a look at it, you can see that it does have a unique design, and I like it overall, and it's just a really nice looking speaker. Now, the Amazon Echo is retailing for $100. It comes with amazing sound, extensive smart speakers list, and it comes with Prime Music, Pandora, TuneIn, Spotify, and it also does have Apple Music support as well. Now, the HomePod only has Apple Music, and you would have to AirPlay any other audio, so it only has support for Apple Music, and that's how they want to increase the subscriptions to Apple Music. Now, the Amazon Echo also does have more commands, and you can also order through Amazon just by talking to the speaker, so that's very powerful to say the least. Now, people looking at smart speakers want a third of the price and more features, so Apple doesn't really even mention Siri if you look at their website till the very bottom, so that's another warning sign. So Apple originally thought the AirPods would be as successful as the HomePod, but there's actually two ways to think of marketing for a smart speaker. Now, number one, you can focus on the voice assistant, the reminders, just the overall usability with the assistant and making it the best possible assistant and allowing you to buy on Amazon, just like the Amazon Echo, or you can just focus on sound. And sound was the focus that Apple chose, and they wanted to have that high fidelity sound and make sure that you would notice the HomePod when you play it in your room or in another place in the house. But you can't compare the two of them because the Echo is just a much smaller device, but the speakers are still pretty decent, and it's focused on being a voice recognition smart speaker. The HomePod is failing to meet Apple's forecast. It only sold 2 to 2.5 million HomePods in the first 12 months, which the Amazon Echo sold 2.4 million in the first year, so they're right on par. So Apple thought they're doing decent, but then Amazon actually tripled their sales in the second year, which is huge. So today, the HomePod only has 8 to 9% of the smart speaker market, and it's competing at $300 compared to $100 and $50 speakers. So the iPod Hi-Fi from about a decade ago also failed to meet the forecast and only captured 7% of the market, and it had lower cost rivals, and there's rumors of them releasing a cheaper version of the iPod Hi-Fi. So it looks like the HomePod is following up with the Hi-Fi, and there is a chance that the HomePod could get discontinued, just like the iPod Hi-Fi. But contrary to those beliefs, the HomePod is still rolling out internationally. It was recently launched in Japan about 6 months ago, but they're not going to take it off the market because they added some more features. I actually made a video on this. They have the handoff feature with the HomePod now, so you could just be playing music on your iPhone. So we could just start playing music. And now I can hear the music is playing on the HomePod, so it's just that easy. And right at the top it says transferring to HomePod, and it's playing the song from my iPhone on the HomePod just by transferring it like that. So you just walk into a room, you just put it over, and then it will transfer just like that. So it's just that easy. So resources are still being invested into the HomePod, and there's possibility that they create a second one and maybe make this part show the album artwork and have more touchscreen features. But it's not selling as well, but it's still generating revenue for Apple and creating more Apple Music subscriptions as well. So there could be a new lower cost model in the future. So thank you for watching this video on the curious case of the Apple HomePod and the reason why the Apple HomePod is failing. Please be sure to subscribe, like this video, please smash that like button down below so know you watched. Also be sure to check out all the other videos on my channel. Be sure to check out applecritics.com for latest Apple news, views, and more. Like my Facebook fan page at facebook.com/applecritics. Follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/applecritics. And also be sure to subscribe for more great content. And once again, this was Apple Critics, and thanks for watching.